What's up guys, we're BroBeats, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the worst plugin in FL Studio. So this plugin is actually called the 𝗞𝗜𝗧𝗦. So this is what it looks like, and I think this is probably the worst plugin as far as sounds and look. It's very bare bones. This doesn't mean it can't be used. Obviously today I'm going to be showing you how to use this to make a nice beat, but as you can see, there's not much you can do. Some of the presets are cool, but here are pretty much like the presets, as you can see. Okay. Like pretty like bare bones old type of sounds that most people wouldn't use nowadays. But what we're gonna go ahead and do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to actually use this to make a nice beat. Looking for a deeper learning experience? Check out our courses over at Producer Portal. And if you're new to producing, the Ultimate Beginner course is perfect for getting you up to speed with the rest of us. Now let's jump back into the video. Now we're gonna go ahead and start our melody. So we're gonna put down a bass line. And I think what you want to do with this is start with less is more as far as the notes go. So you could pick any sound really. I think we'll use this, but we'll just go a little bit higher. Okay, and we won't really need like a scale or anything because we'll just keep it very simple. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna use our fifths. So pretty much if you were just making a chord, right, we could do something like this, right? All you need to do is take that middle note, okay, or you could do a suspended, something like this if you want. We'll do both actually. Let's do both. This is all you need, and then you just pull the middle parts up, and then all you need to do is just kind of animate the notes so that they're not like, oops, they're not perfect on the grid. So you could like do something like this. You could do like a little flam with these notes. See, and actually I like this sound is pretty nice for the vibe I'm trying to go for, and we'll just pull that up, maybe flip it. Just kind of switch the notes up a bit. Let's copy it over, and let's double it, do a flam here, and I'll just turn this one down velocity wise. I'll turn it down, and let's see. Let's just see if that's a nice loop. I want that a little closer. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. You can kind of go further if you want, but I think for this we want to go simple. Because later on, what I want to do is just add some effects on top. I'm going to make it sound like a nice texture. So let's go ahead and move on to our second preset. Now we're on to our little second preset. Now that we have like this bass down. So for this, you could grab in a scale if you like struggle, but I think we're just going to stick with the same notes just to keep this very simple. So maybe we can use this in piano. Okay, and for this plugin, to get to the presets, you just press presets, and it has, I don't know, I would just estimate maybe like 50 presets. I don't know, but they're very like basic, like flute, piano, whatever. But let's go in here, and then we're just gonna go from here and pull it down, and maybe we could go 1/4. All right, so if you look, I'm just using the notes we already have. As you can see, it's just the same notes, it's just in a different octave. See? And then maybe we can copy this. Right, just so it's a nice loop. You don't want to like copy this completely over because it'll get way too repetitive. We want to leave some space. So I think that's good for this one. Again, like I said, keep it simple. We're gonna add stuff later, so you don't want everything being too much. So let's go ahead and add that last preset. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do our third sound. So if you're using this method, I would recommend at least 3 sounds, or I guess you could go a little bit harder on the actual melody, but we're just gonna cheat. Flat out, we're just gonna cheat. We're gonna use the same notes So you could use some like, you could do the same thing we did over here like this, right? Or do this. Right, because at this point we have enough information here where we don't need to think about the melody. We just need to try out stuff that we like, right? So we could do this, pull that down, and I don't know, just do something like that. All right, and then if you didn't notice, the actual names of the presets are right here. So this one's 𝗵𝗫𝗄𝗧, this one is Plink, and then the first one we did was 𝗖𝗢𝗨𝗥. Okay, so I think we have enough here. What I'm gonna do is make a plugin chain for you. So I'm gonna try some stuff out off camera. And I just like to do this just so like people that have stock plugins only, they can like follow along and like have some nice presets with stock stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna make something and then I'll come back and show you. So let's go ahead and move on to that. Now I'm gonna go over the effects. So here's a little preset that I created. So this one, I actually did a lot for this. So essentially what I wanted to do with this whole chain is pretty much just turn this melody, turn this into like a dark texture so that our drums could shine. Now you could, obviously weigh these out differently, but I'm just going to show you them one by one. So first we have a pitcher. Now the reason why I use a pitcher or a pitch shifter is because you can get some very weird artifacting and sounds when you pitch it up very high or low. This one I chose +12, as you can see right here. So this is on, we're off, and then on. You can see it sounds very deranged. So yeah, we need that when we're adding these effects. Okay, so add that on top, and then I usually just start adding a chorus nowadays. It just kind of sounds really good. So you could argue that's too much, but I just left it how it is, right? Like it doesn't really matter. We're just turning this into like a dark texture, right? Or I guess a melodic texture, because it's still kind of got melody to it. Now this one was big for it. So this is just the default preset in Destructor. This is just, I just loaded it up and the first preset sounded good. So off and then on. So you can see it's really starting to like mask and like have its own character. So yeah, I just added that. I liked it. And then obviously you want that gross beat in there. I think gross beat is something you should always use when, or at least try it out. So yeah, this is the gross beat. We have a reverse effect, and then I have this 1/2 beat gate. And I just turned the gate down a bit because I don't know, I just thought it was a little too heavy. So this is it on. And yeah, it sounds pretty nice now, right? And then lastly, we just add an EQ. So this is my EQ. It's kind of my go-to EQ nowadays. So just taking out that that low end and then some of the high end. So it's what it sounds like. Right, and I think that's a nice sound for, or at least a nice template of a sound for a beat. So now that our melody is finished and this is sounding pretty good, what we're gonna go ahead and do is start our 808. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in our 808. So this is pretty simple. Now that we don't have a scale here, it could be a little difficult, but a cheat code is you can start on your lowest note. So this is D sharp, and your highest note, drag this over and pull it down, and now you kind of have a nice bass line you could use. And honestly, we could, well, I guess we could leave this here. And of course, with gross beat, it's always going to start like a bar later, so you just gotta bear with it. You know what? Honestly, I think this is good enough. Now, with a beat like this, what I would do in the arrangement process is I would definitely make different versions of this. So I would, let me make sure this is quantized. You know, just add some like some little octaves. Or probably, let me see, probably do something like this. I don't know, but just add some stuff in here, some variation, just to spice it up. Okay. So yeah, that's the 808. Let's go ahead and throw in our drums, and this beat is pretty much done. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and we're gonna do the drums. So let's go ahead and do this. And just for the sake of the finished beat, you know, I don't like to ruin the end beat, so I'll just turn these off for now. Or I guess I could turn the actual effects off, but it probably will sound very weird. Yeah, right. It's just kind of, but we'll just use the drums themselves. So yeah, we just go down and just throw stuff in there. I just want to kind of like an offbeat, kind of on beat mix. Just try some different stuff, right? You don't always have to make like bare bones trap drums, right? So they'll look kind of like this. Just throw something in there, right? Like you don't have to always do like this, right? Try some different stuff. So that's just trying to experiment with this a little bit. I don't know. Let's kind of layer this. Okay, I kind of like that actually. Turn that up. It does sound kind of weird right here. Let me see. Like I kind of like the swing, but you know what? I'm gonna just keep it how it is. I'm not gonna change it up. So there are the drums. Let's play everything all together. Of course, we'll have that delay, but we'll just play it and I'll just kind of adjust sounds as we go. Right, and there's our beat, and obviously this is a nice template. We could, you know, add stuff on or just change up, add some variation. You could clone this, right, and then you can kind of you know, change up the 808 pattern. You can change some things up. But that's gonna be for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.